Okay, in IELTS listening, part 4 is considered to be the most important part. By the time you guys reach part 4, what happens? Part 4 is rather confusing. There are up to 2 or 3 speakers, and the topic is educational and all that. By the time when you reach part 4, you come there with a confused mind. Another problem is in IELTS listening part 4, they give you 1 minute to read all the questions. There is no gap in the middle. For example, they will say, you now have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. So there is no time in the middle. And audio is fluent because it's a lecture delivered by one person. So I'll give you some tips and techniques to get good score in part 4. Remember, whatever you lose in part 3, for example, you went badly in part 3, you guessed your answers and you're not sure about the answers, part 4 will give you another opportunity to get even 10 by 10. So you need to first of all get ready that another round is going to start and it's not going to be very difficult. In part 3, when they say that is the end of part 3, you now have some time to check your answers. Who wants to check the answers? If you're taking paper delivered IELTS, when they give you 10 minutes to transfer your answers, then you can check your answers. In computer delivered IELTS, they give you 3 minutes at the end of the listening test. And in 3 minutes, you can go very quickly and you can see all your answers if there is a spelling mistake or anything like that. Okay, so in part 3, when they say that is the end of part 3, you now have some time to check your answers. Immediately come to part 4 and start reading the questions. In part 4, you need to focus mainly on synonyms. They are very, very important for part 4. What happens in part 4, most of the time, question type is one word only, or otherwise one word and or a number. And this is similar to part 1. In part 1 also we have one word only or one word and or a number. But the difference is part 1 is a dialogue and part 4 is a lecture. Now, what are they going to do? They are going to use synonyms. For example, if the word is damage, damage dash. For example, the question is damage the dash and answer is wall. Damage the wall. Now, what will they do when answer is going to come? They will replace the word damage. For example, knocking down. And if answer is wall, for wall, they will use the word it. Knock it down. Knock it down. Knock it down means damage the wall. Something like that. Okay, in IELTS listening part 4, they commonly use another word same. Right? If I say, you belong to same college, same. Now, whenever they use the word same, instead of that, they commonly use the word one. Same college, one college. If you say, we are same unit, one unit. Same club, one club. Something like that. So, if they use the word same, they may replace it with one. Okay? All right, next, they commonly use another word in IELTS listening part 4, minimize. And for minimize, they use the word minimize, lower, reduce, or any other thing like that. Okay? And then we've got a few more words which they can commonly use. Yes, in IELTS listening part 4, whenever you see and before the blank, the word which is given before and is very, very important, right? Because answer is going to come along with that. For example, if they've written books, pencils, and dash. Books, pencils, and dash. Now, what will they do? They will not use the word and directly. They will say not only books or pencils, but also papers. But also papers. So, but also is the synonym of and right after that, there will be the answer. That is another important thing. In IELTS listening part 4, they commonly use the word opportunities. For opportunities, they replace it with prospects. For example, if answer is job opportunities. Now, for job opportunities, they will use the word job prospects. Prospects, actually, that is for opportunities. Okay. And finally, whenever you are doing IELTS listening, mainly for part 4, you need to work actually important thing. That is what we call signpost language. What is signpost language? Signpost language is they use the word first of all, secondly, moreover, finally, another important point. This is what we call signpost language. So you need to focus signpost language as well. In part 4, there is a main topic and then there are some subtopics. For example, one main topic can be elephant translocation. Translocation, okay? Translocation, not transgender. Huh? You're smiling. Translocation. You are smiling. He's not smiling. You are smiling. Translocation means to locate from one place to another one. So they had elephants and they translocated the elephants from one place to another one. Now, one thing is reasons. Is there any question? No. One thing is problems. Then we have advantages. So lecture will be given like this and there will be notes which you will have to complete. And the purpose of IELTS listening part 4 is to develop your skill to understand lectures in English. When you go to universities and colleges in England, Canada, Australia, they will not speak Urdu or Punjabi. You cannot say Miss Ji, Mari Ji Punjabi, Mari Ji Urdu. They can be, Sikh teachers. They can be Pakistani teachers, Indian teachers, but they will not speak your local language, okay? So this is actually for attending the lecture, right? Thank you.